Alexis?
You listen to me, Blake. Everything that I've ever loved, you've taken away from me. My children, one by one. This house will take a deep breath, Blake. Because the children and this house and everything that belonged to me is going to be mine again.
The music, I love it. An iconic Alexis Carrington-Colby moment right there.
For the last 7 decades, Joan Collins has been entertaining audiences on stage and screen. She's also an entrepreneur, a best-selling author, and above all else, an inspiration.
Please welcome Dame Joan Collins.
Woo! Looking gorgeous in green.
So great. Thank you for taking the time. You look beautiful
Thank you for
as always.
having me, Mario. I haven't seen you for ages.
I know, it's so great to see you.
Yeah,
I've loved
great
the
to see
whole
you.
family for a long time now. We're gonna dive into the dynasty greatness in a minute, but first, it was so nice to see you at the
Yes.
Emmys, and what a wonderful reception, standing ovation.
I know.
Taraji
it
was
was
excited.
fantastic, wasn't it? It was very exciting. I said to Taraji as we were walking down, I said, "Oh, they're giving us a standing ovation." And she said, "No, honey, it's for you." I thought that was so sweet.
It is very sweet.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
I love your gown. Tell me about what you were wearing.
Jenny Packham,
Yep.
Princess Kate's favorite designer.
It is, yes.
She wears a lot of Jenny Packham. And it was very easy to wear,
Wow,
actually,
beautiful.
because, you know, you dash around. You're going upstairs, downstairs, in elevators, down in lifts. I mean, it's not exactly relaxing there.
No, it looked gorgeous. Congratulations, you have a new book out. Your
I do.
19th
19th book, everybody.
Awesome. And I love the title. It's called Behind the Shoulder Pads, Tales I Tell My Friends. What a wonderful title. Tell us about it.
Well, I've been writing a lot in England for various magazines, and I love to write about stupid things that happen to me, or adventures, or things that people don't know about, like, you know, being in China and the South China Seas, being almost towed out to sea by a tornado, things that people don't know that I have talked about. And I just felt that I wanted to write something that was really entertaining and fun to read, and then you didn't have to start it from the beginning and read all about the boring childhood and all of that sort of thing.
Right to the juice.
Right, yeah. And you can just go in and pick all kinds of different you know, chapters. They all have different things. And then I write about people like Princess Diana, who I met several times, who's absolute adorable, and Dodi Fayed, her last boyfriend, who I knew extremely well. He used to stay with us in our house in London when he wanted to be a producer, and that is
With
a long
Diana, or
story.
he was just staying there?
No,
on set?
no. This was long before
Long
Diana.
before that.
It was, yeah, and he wouldn't be a producer, and I was married to a producer at that time, and so he would take him on the set, and Dodi would go around, and he was living in our basement.
Wow.
And in our basement, my children were very young, and we had a water bed which the children used to go on and jump up and down, and Dodi loved the water bed. And
All right, Dodi.
yeah, he loved other things as well, but I wouldn't go into that.
What are your fondest memories of Princess Diana? Sort of your friendship together.
I think that the first time that I met her was at a charity event in Palm Beach, and she was shortly married to Prince Charles, and there were a million photographers and people shouting, "Diana, Diana, Diana!" And I went up to her and was introduced to her in the, you know, in the crowd, not in the crowd, but separately, and she said, "Oh my God, this is so overwhelming. Do you think this is going to happen a lot?" And I said, "Yeah, I think you're going to find that it's going to happen a lot, ma'am, really a lot." And it did. And then she got very tired of it. I have a wonderful letter from her because I wrote a beauty book, one of my 3 or 4 beauty books, actually, which I sent to her called My Secrets, which was My Secrets of Beauty. And I sent it to her, and she sent me back the most adorable 2-page letter. And she was just a lovely, genuine person who I really loved and respected for what she did. And I mean, what about when she was walking in those mines, minefields? I mean, how brave is that? That wasn't an act. She really did that. And that is quite extraordinary, I think.
That's incredible. Such gems you've got in the book, and I know you share stories about Dynasty, which we came in and opened the show with. How much influence, Joan, did you have on Alexis Carrington? Or did it sort of, after a while, you had it sort of took a life of its own?
I think I had a lot of influence on her clothes because Nolan Miller and he was the designer. We both loved clothes, and we both loved looking through the magazines, and so I had a lot of influence in designing things. And I would say, I have a scene coming up. Somebody is trying to come in and strangle me, so I need to be comfortable. So why don't we make like a dark green leather dress with dark green matching boots and a wrap over skirt so I can run while he's trying to get me. I don't want to be in a tight skirt.
When strangled, you need to run.
Yes.
Yeah. Looking at all that, Joan, did you get to keep anything from the set? Was there any pieces that you really loved that you're like, I need that? There's a hat that we just came in with that is just to die for.
A hat. No, I borrowed a lot of things because at that particular point there were a lot of events, Golden Globes, People's Choices, and we didn't have time. I mean, Linda and Diane and I, we really didn't have time to buy things, so we would borrow. And then maybe we'd borrow them and they'd stay in our wardrobe for a couple of years.
That's the best. You mentioned...
eventually we'd give them back, yeah. No, I did keep a couple.
You mentioned Linda, and I just remember this vividly as a kid. You guys had a great fight.
Oh, yeah.
You had such a great fight scene. What was the choreography behind that? Was there a stunt coordinator? Did you kind of improv a lot of that?
Oh, no, it was totally choreographed. And I told Linda very clearly at the beginning, I said, I don't do fights. I don't. No, Gene Kelly, who I talk about a lot in the book.
Oh, I love Gene Kelly.
Yeah. He told me, he said, honey, you do not do anything dangerous. They pay stunt gals for that. And if you do it, you're putting a stunt gal out of work. So anytime there was something dangerous, you know, like falling, I mean, I would fall, yeah. But anytime I got hit or had to hit out, I wouldn't do it. And so they would have Sandy, my double, and she would do it very, very well. Except that when we did the falling in the pond scene, I did do that. And if you look at it in slow motion, you can see that's me going into the water.
Oh, yeah.
And the hat.
I love that.
You were really good at it. You might not have wanted to do it, but you were really good in there.
You know, you have to just, you know, bite the bullet and do it. And Linda loved it.
She loved it.
She loved it. She said that Barbara Stanwyck told her that she had to do the stunts and she had to do it. But she got hurt. You know, she had a back problem or a knee problem or something.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Joan,
fascinating.
sit right there. We come back. We're going to play Joan's favorite party game.
Oh,
we're going to have more with Joan Collins coming up next. That's right, because Linda